1 in 4 people in this country have an inflamed or a fatty liver.
I can guarantee you, I'm one of the I'm that guy, because I probably drink more than I should, so I can assure you mine is inflamed.
Well, it's very common, to say the least, right? And oh, by the way, those supplements you're taking, keep taking them. They're great. I love that. And so if you think about most people, they're just not getting the right recipe in order for their body to function at their highest level possible, just from a performance standpoint, right? Just look at the body as a car. And you know, I'm a mechanic right now as a practitioner. So then I say, okay, well, your car needs a certain type of gasoline. It needs a certain type of oil. It needs the right recipe to work at its best. And when you don't have it, you notice. So imagine you say, okay, well, diabetes, heart disease, Alzheimer's, liver issues. I'm all taught that as a family nurse practitioner, but there's no medicines for it, right? There's no surgeries for that. So then you say, well, what can I do? And you say, well, it starts with taking care of one thing. And it's really that simple. It's the liver. And so you say, well, what can I do for the liver? Yeah. Well, most people don't eat food that's right for the liver, unless, you know, they're, you know, not going to fast food, right? So that's hard, right? But there are foods you can eat for the liver. And what happens is we found, and because of the labs, it's not enough. Like they could eat all the broccoli, all the spinach and kale they want, but I don't eat veggies. I don't like kale. I'm not going to eat all that stuff. So I'm like, I have to supplement. Like, let's be honest, right? So with Baldo, him and I check our own labs. We check everyone's labs. We almost make it like kind of an essential thing, like check your labs, because it's your objective data telling us whether or not you're functioning well. It's like scans, right? And then based off of that, you take a recipe, whatever nutrients you need, right? But what we found with the liver, you know, most people don't realize what it's like to feel good. And so if they're having a fatty liver, you know, they're kind of weighed down, they're tired, sleep sucks. It's like, well, let's get the liver healthy first, and then they'll know what it's like to feel good. And then we can kind of go from there.
Do you have to do a lab before I order?
No. Yeah. And that's a great question, because, you know, that was the thing that people would ask a lot. They're like, well, do I have to check to see if I'm deficient in this? I'm like, no, the thing is, you can do a liver detox, like the supplement. Like, let's say, for example, you're like, okay, I want to clean out my liver, right? Your liver is like a refrigerator, right? So you got to clean it out once in a while.
I need to do that. How do I do a liver detox?
Okay. So like, for example, you take a supplement, like you take a supplement. That's the easy way. You don't do celery juice or, you know,
liver love.
Yeah. You take like liver love, right? So like, if you did a heavy detox, and if you want to do this, I would love your feedback on this.
I would, I'm going to do it.
So, you're going to do this? Okay. Yes. Okay. That's awesome. Okay. So the bottle itself, I want you to take 4 pills a day. Okay.
I'm looking at, all right.
All right.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right online.
Okay, perfect. All right, because it's like 120 pills, right? Okay. And then if you take that, it's essentially going to take you through the month. Okay. So you're doing like a 30-day cleanse, right? That's essentially what we're doing. All right. So I highly advise you, while you're doing this, to make it work, right? So like, for example, when we look at people, when they come to us, like, example, for the liver, what are they wanting, right? They want, you know, feel better. They want energy. They want to lose some weight, right? So I'm like, perfect. Okay. Well, the diet has to be cleaned up a little bit, you know, like imagine you're like, well, I'm not going to give up the beer yet. I'm like, okay, fine. Like, that's coming.
That would be hard for me. That would be hard. Like, I can't say I'm going to go 30 days without alcohol. I don't know if I can do that. I mean,
okay.
Let me rephrase that. I could. I'm not sure I want to.
Yeah. Well, see, so we meet people halfway, right? Like Baldo said. So imagine I say, okay, cool. This is how I tell people: give me your 3 favorite foods right now.
Steak.
Nice.
Bourbon. And what's number 3? I don't know. I eat a lot of fruit. I do fruit only in the mornings.
Okay, that's awesome. That's perfect. Okay, so I want you to keep doing the steak. I think that's great. I think that's really good. Could you also include like salmon?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Perfect. Okay, that's it. So that's all I want you to do now. I want you to eat some more salmon for the next month. Like when you're like, hey, should I do some steak? No, do some salmon. You know, if you want to do steak and salmon, surf and turf, whatever, right? You know, so
how's it going to make me feel, by the way, the 4 pills a day? What am I going to notice?
You're cleaning out your fridge. So I don't know what you've had stored in there over the last 20, 30 years. You know what I mean?
A bunch of shit. There's a bunch of shit.
Yeah. Well, we have people that will call us and say things like, man, am I really supposed to feel this tired for like, or, you know, am I really supposed to like, you know, have a little like breakout on my skin? But that happens like for like a week, right? Because it's getting out all the old shit out. And then, and then just push, and then just And then just not like that. And by the way, I also like to mention it a little bit more than
you'll poop more?
Okay. You'll poop more. I always like to mention it because I don't want to surprise someone, but for the most part, it doesn't really feel anything
I can
heavy.
stop.
But I'll be honest with you, Steve, because the thing is, I have to preface this. You taking 4 a day is a higher dose. Like I tell most people, like 1 or 2, like I'll take 1 a day, 2 if I need a cleanse. 4 is cleaning you out. So what I'm saying is like, make it worth its while, right? So in your case, this is what's going to happen with alcohol. Your tolerance is going to go down.
Oh,
so I mean,
become a cheaper
so
day.
you won't need to cut back because you're just going to say, damn, I've had 2 of them. And all of a sudden I'm like, yeah,
that's good. That's a good thing.
So, yeah.
I probably could stop taking my Metamucil then that I usually take it.
Yeah, you probably won't need that.
On that.
You probably won't need that.